What's up, y'all? Jared Nightmare. I got a few things to say about the community or whatnot because, I've seen all the videos. I've seen all this stuff breaking down this and that bullshit. All right. Let me start off. All right. So I'm at work last night. I have my phone gets messages. I'm hearing messages. Oh, there's beef. There's this. There's that. I don't care. Okay. So I get home. I look on everyone's stuff, I look at everybody's videos and I'm seeing, people to trade with, this and that. Okay, so starters, number one, if you trade within the community. I can't stress that enough. You know the people who are legit to trade with. Don't mess with anybody else outside. I don't do that, all right? One of the biggest issues that I have personally, all right, I don't care if it offends people, is these little kids. Okay, little kids, if you want to trade, you don't run stuff. Okay, there's no leader, but there is a tier. All right, if that pisses people off, I don't care. There is a tier of people, right, who are legitimate and who are above. That being said, you guys need to really know your place. All right, one of the first, not the first times I've traded, but the first time for somebody who tried to trade with me, right, his first thing was, all right, here are my rules. Dog, you don't have a rule, okay? You don't have a rule. If you have one video showing your collection, no, you don't tell me what I need to do or what your rule is, all right? Now, I commend Shardamus Prime, Century Productions. They stepped up and they said, look, this is how it should be. Definitely commitment. Hey, I'm all for Shardamus's idea, much respect. I'm all for it, all right? If you guys don't like it, don't trade. That's the bottom line, all right? And all this stuff, the stuff that happened with X Fernando and that other dude, Hulk Production, I didn't know about that. And if I would have known about that, definitely said something, because the one thing that I can't stand most in this world is people who steal. Man, there's nothing more dishonorable or disrespectful than stealing. That has no place. This community is for people who want to display their stuff, want to show off what they do. It doesn't mean just collecting Marvel Legends. You see people who collect Transformers, this and that, artwork, DVDs. It doesn't matter. This thing is fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm a family man, so I don't get out too much. So I have legitimate friends on here. People that I can go to and ask their advice, suggestions, questions, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And for some dude that comes out of nowhere and tries to screw people, I ain't for that, man. Definitely am not for that. Now, of course, we don't have no leaders, we'll say that, but some people have got to step up and say something, you know what I'm saying? Because there's too many of these young kids running around here thinking that they're above everybody when they're not. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're a new dude, come in. You get respect by making videos, people, acknowledging you, stuff like that. Don't ask for shout outs. Don't ask for subs if you don't got, any videos or anything like that. I ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a humble dude. I'm a cool dude, but don't piss me off, man. You know what I'm saying? Because there's one thing I also hate is people who take advantage of people. Don't do that. That shit doesn't fly with me, man. I mean, really. And the thing about beef and stuff, I don't care about beef. You know what I'm saying? I'm a guy that, if you guys are beefing, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Personally, to me, I like beef. I like seeing people go at it, because regardless if, you have friends, you're in the community, whatever, there's going to be people who disagree with stuff. Somebody might say a word that's out of context. Someone's like, I don't like the way he said that. Hey, let them handle that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to happen. Sooner or later, they're going to come back. They're going to, be like, yo, man, I'm sorry, this and that, Tell somebody how wrong they were afterwards. Let them handle it out. You know what I'm saying? But what I don't like, and I won't stand for, is racism, man. I really won't. Now, I enjoy the next, the racist joke, like the next person. But when you're being derogatory about it, you know what I'm saying? Disrespectful, that ain't gonna fly. The first time, oh man, I'm done. I don't care if you don't like me saying that or whatnot. I don't deal well with racism, man. You know what I'm saying? I live out in an area where it's full of it. I know a lot of you young kids, you haven't even experienced that shit yet. And it ain't fun. and it ain't cool. So watch what you say, man. White, black, Mexican, it don't matter, man. Asian, don't do it, man. All right. So the first time I hear something like that, man, I'm done with you, man. You know what I mean? So the community, everyone needs to straighten up, man. All right. And the thing about people who rip off people, all right, if a guy says he's gonna make a deal with you and he doesn't make a deal with you, just be done with him. It's a low ball move, but as long as no figures were sent out and nobody, got ripped off anyway, just be done with it, man. Don't keep dragging it on. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like, oh, this guy said he's gonna do this deal, this and that, just be done with it. Don't do no more business with him. Don't talk to that character, whatever. But if you do send out a figure and that person, doesn't send out his and he's like, ha, that's being ripped off, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference. So if something doesn't need to be prolonged what it needs to be, man. Because I've had cats, say, hey, I'll make this deal with you, the next day later they're like, oh man, I'm not going to do that. I don't care. I move on. You know what I'm saying? I don't do business with you no more, man. That's how it's got to be. And for people who say, all right, don't subscribe to this guy, my man Ben Robley, he really spoke out on this, man. And I feel disrespected, for him as well, because people say, oh, don't subscribe to him, this guy. He's a grown-ass man, dude. He can subscribe to whoever he wants to. Just because you don't like somebody, don't mean, the other person does. Now, the whole cheese vamp thing, apparently he used to be Soka 7, and something went down that he ripped somebody off or whatever, I didn't know about that till way later. And then apparently his name is Cheese Vamp now or whatever, but I've done business with Cheese Vamp, and everything went smooth, he sent out his figures or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? And there has to be a system, there has to be accountability, there has to be, all sorts of things. Now, I told people when I trade with them, I say, all right, Wednesday, I trade on my paydays, really. You know what I'm saying? So if I don't get paid for another week, I tell them, I'm going to send this on Wednesday. You got a problem with that? And if they say, no, man, I don't got a problem with that. That's what you do. You know what I'm saying? Now, another thing is, man, that's having respect in the community, man. Where you can tell somebody, hey, I'm going to send it out, on this day because that works for me. If another person doesn't agree with that, then be done with it. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason to prolong anything. Just be done with those guys. Don't go back and forth with it because that just creates more tension. You know what I'm saying? And we all don't need that shit in the community, man. The community is supposed to be fun for people, all sorts of ages, but you kids need to tone your shit down, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen, there's people in the community who legitimately care about this stuff. Everyone who's made friends with this, but a lot of people will screw it up. And if you screw it up, man, I'm done with you, because and I know that there are some cats that are up there who are high on the list. You know what I'm saying? There's not saying that they're mighty and stuff like that. But some guys, I'll talk with more than others. You know what I'm saying? That's just because, you got to have respect. And I respect those guys. So, let's see how much time we got here. All right, we good. So, let's recap. If you make a deal with somebody, try to go through it. If you're questioned about, the deal, then don't do it. Bottom line, all right? Don't get into somebody else's business saying you need to not talk to this guy, all right? There's grown men in here. They can do what they want to. You know what I mean? So, I'm not trying to be a hard ass or anything, but like we said, somebody needs to step up and say something. Shardamus said something. Blue Thug has said something. Boog Nice has said something before. You know what I'm saying? So, half these problems are from these little kids, man. And I ain't gonna tolerate that shit no more, man. You understand? So if you guys need help with stuff, let me know. Let Shardamus, the guys that you can talk to who ain't gonna do you wrong, man. So keep the community going and keep it clean, man.